the TDS's wife, riding raven fair. Dancing through the void we whirl, whispers fill the air. Seeking truth within the dark where few would ever dare. Clothed in velvet shadows, lead through labyrinths we glide. Refusing what the world has made our spirits unconfined. Eyes like ancient mysteries and twilight's gentle bind. We dance to find what hides beneath the lies the world defines. In the darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the cage, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. Through the silence, whispers fall like ghosts upon the ground. Waltzing through the shadows where the lost and found are bound. Her laughter like the morning sun, his gaze a stormy cloud. Riding raven spins her tales of truth unseen though proud. Cloaked in velvet shadows, deep through labyrinths we glide. Refusing what the world has made our spirits unconfined. Eyes like ancient mysteries in twilight's gentle bind. We dance to find what hides beneath the lies the world defines. In the darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the cage, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. The swirling in the night, our steps are silent storm. Unwritten paths beneath the stars, our destinies reform. Beneath the surface, shadows live, and in the dance we're sworn to find the truth that's buried deep through every night reborn. In the darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the cage, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. Darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the cage, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. Dance beneath the sky. Dance beneath the sky.
First of all, I want you two kids to know this is a safe space, okay? Feel free to express yourself. Don't be afraid. I sense there's an enabler here, but we'll get to that.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Seems like wings flew too close to the sun and got burned. Hello, we're the sun.
I would say more like disintegrated, but yes. And why are we the sun?
Because we shine a light in the darkness.
But we're goth! We are the darkness!
I saw him take it.
What did you do?
I stole a secret chocolate stash.
I'm getting chocolate, honey. Would you like some chocolate?
Why are you getting chocolate?
Because it'll help me calm down.
Okay.
Please?
Maybe we should wait till after the stream?
I don't wanna. I want chocolate now.
We're in the middle of a show.
And?
We're in the middle of a show. You're not eating chocolate right now.
But I'm upset and I want chocolate.
No, you just want chocolate.
That too.
Really? We've just received a cease and desist letter from Wings Interactive alleging defamation, tortious interference, and reputational harm. They claim our video constitutes malicious and reckless disregard for the truth. Oh no. First off, I want you to take that C&D and wipe your ass with it and throw it in the trash. Secondly, let's see what they have to say, because these people are scared shitless. Oh, you piece of this guy. Mother Motherfucker, you got me. You got me. God damn it, Master TDS. God damn you.
Okay, let's do this. Therapy. This way for the therapy.
Master is a therapist who is going to need therapy, so everyone please chip in to the therapy bill.
Oh, you're going to need therapy after listening to this too.
Honey, I'm married to you. I get therapy every day.
You're going to need more therapy.
Are you bleeping yourself?
You bet your voice and little I am.
Can you stop
David.
using the bleep button?
What? I want to show my excitement in a way that doesn't get us censored by YouTube. So
I think it's funny because I heard what you were actually saying. You were saying blah, 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 blah. You weren't actually cursing at all. But wait, hold on.
All right. Listen up, you bunch of lost souls and weirdos. It's showtime. You want to survive in this world of pop culture chaos? Well, here's the secret. You got to hit that subscribe button over on Gothic Therapy's YouTube channel. Yeah, that's right. Do it or I'll come knocking and trust me, you don't want me as a house guest. Don't be shy. Whack that button like you're slamming the door of your in-laws. And hey, hit the bell too or I'll be haunting your dreams. Catch you on the other side, baby.
In the heart of chaos where agendas collide, master of the TDS and Raven stand side by side. Exploring the madness, we uncover the proof with sharp wit and insight. We're the voice of the truth. Welcome to Psycho-Synopsis, the dark side of the truth. Dive deep into the madness you cannot refute. Secrets of the asylum, come free your mind. Crazy or not, let us be your guide. Diving into the shadows where secrets reside. We'll tear down the facade of culture's villains can't hide. Wild theories and whispers in the dark. Join us on this journey, reignite the spark. So tune in and listen, let's spark the debate. With Master and Light in your Raven, your salvation awaits.
Welcome, seekers of the asylum,
for those searching for salvation,
or embracing the insane.
you have come to the right place. Good evening. How are you?
Am I still sounding good?
Yeah. We fixed Master's audio! Woohoo!
You cut out for part of that.
Sorry, but we fixed Master's audio! Woo!
Yeah, so you know how we were having trouble with the internet and being like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We're having issues. Well, it turns out that it wasn't an internet issue. And we found that out because last stream we had some internet issues. And I was plugged into a completely different internet. But I was the only one who had an issue. So people are saying you're louder than me. How loud am I?
You do sound pretty quiet, and my volume is at max.
Okay, I'm gonna fix it. I'll explain why. Okay, the reason is because hold on, is because I had to update a driver. Yes, it decided that I didn't need. It decided that I was not. It basically didn't.
Now you're
work.
quieter.
I'm quieter. I haven't touched anything.
Did you move away from the microphone? Because now you're quiet.
No, I literally got my mouth on it.
Oh, weird.
Oh, I think. Okay, so am I too quiet or
Nope,
are you too loud?
No, now you have the right volume.
I'm confused.
Now you sound fine.
I think they're saying that your mic is the problem.
Really?
Now
I'm
you are
just
loud,
in-
lol.
I'm just loud in general. I have
Okay.
no volume control does not exist in my functioning brain.
Master just got very loud. So, okay, I'm good. We're not too loud, right? So I'll explain what happened is that, long story short, the software we use I got this mic a lot earlier than Raven did. Raven got her same one that's a different color. But when she got it, she downloaded the driver, which was from 2023. Mine was from 2019. And because of that, for some reason, my computer kept saying it didn't need to update. So when I forced the update through on the website, it fixed everything.
Yay!
So isn't that great?
All of that pain for practically nothing.
Yeah, so hours of pain, canceling live streams, all that kind of stuff. And now it's working fine.
Yep. Thanks, God.
So yeah, we have Electro voice.
I'm blaming God. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some stuff because we have some announcements, and we'll kind of get into the chat and everything like that from there. Okay. So
yes,
let's give an update. So guys, I guess I don't have to tell you guys. I already see the super chats. We'll get to them in a minute. But this may be one of the last streams that you will see us as we are now. Because I didn't mention this before. I meant to mention it on our 15K subscriber stream, but we have moved forward with getting our avatars rigged, half body rig. In other words, they'll blink better, they'll have mouths that more match what we're saying, and they will have expressions and movement. Now, they'll look almost exactly the same as they do now. They're like exactly the same, but they will have half body movement, blinking, mouths that conform to what we're saying, and 3 different expressions for each of us.
Yep.
So that is what the plan is moving forward, which is good. Hold on one second. Which is good. I was turning up the volume because for some reason you were loud for me. But yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to bring up, is that we're actually going to be changing that. So one thing that will be an issue is we do not have a way of necessarily carrying over our hats. So if anybody wants to still see the hats that we have now, we might end up getting something in the future that allows us to do it. And yes, I did go quiet because I moved away from the mic for a minute. My bad. I had to turn up the volume because for some reason Raven was very quiet in my ears. I could hear her, but I wanted to be able to hear her louder. So because that would be... Stop it. That's the thing that's happening. So this is one of the last couple streams. I think that next stream will probably be our last one where we have us as ours. So no more bobbing up and down and everything. So yeah, we'll get to the tiers. We'll get to the tiers in a minute, Proctify. I see you. But I wanted to give that update on that. As far as that, honey, do you want to mention what the goal is for tonight?
Yes. If we get 20 super chats, regardless of how much they cost, and we only have now 17 super chats to go, we will tell you about Chullent.
Yeah, so there's a certain...
I wanted to talk about something else, but Master said, no, that story is too long. Let's go with something a bit shorter.
Yes, because we've been going over time on our streams, and we want to keep... So we want to keep to something. So yeah, but yeah, that's our goal for today. And was there anything else?
Not that I remember.
And for those who don't understand, Chullent is a specific kind of dish that's made.
It's basically a stew. Oh, did I?
Yeah, but that's about it. So, yeah, and we're not going to go from to almost VTubers. We're going to literally have full half body rigged. So it's going to be actual VTubers. We won't have our bottom halves of our body moving, but to be fair, we're in chairs, so it's not like it's going to be an issue, but we'll be able to move from side to side and have different expressions, including laughter. No hats yet.
Oh, sorry.
Wait. We didn't play the clip. Don't you know?
No, I was typing something and that happened.
Well, guess what?
What? Sorry.
No excuse.
Meow.
But yeah, so we're going to be moving back and forth. Kind of, we'll have again. The idea is we'll be sitting and we'll having movement, and we'll have laughter, shock, and anger. So we'll see. Okay, let's get into the chat. We're going to say hi to everybody in the chat. I know that we've already passed a tier, but let's say hi to everybody quickly like we normally do. We'll get to the super chats, and once we read them, we'll do the clip. We'll do the different tiers, and we'll do the tier, and then we'll move on from there. Okay?
Yep. Ready.
All right.
And 3, 2, 1, begin.
The great one is here. Diversity officer clocking at inspection day. Need to count the residents in the pit of despair. Don't count them. It's better that we don't know. It's known. Like a tourist attraction. You can't ruin the magic. The things I do for a paycheck. You're not getting paid. Plushies for Raven. Warhammer stream needed. No, Warhammer stream's not happening. I'll give you your diversity clip, though. Here we go.
It's the differences that make our world so rich, diverse, and wonderful.
I still hate you, though.
Okay. Griffin of Might says we have come for you.
Ave Dominus Nox.
Okay. Baked Buddhist with a heart. Now, we're going to address this for a minute. Saku Kocho says, I'm kind of disappointed that there's not going to be any mention about what's going on with the whole censorship shop from Collective Shout to YouTube AI age verification, since that's been talked about. So, honey, can you pause the
timer?
For a second? I want to address this because we've been getting a lot of requests. Okay.
It is now paused.
So let me address this for everybody. So why haven't Raven and I covered Collective Shout? Well, if you follow me on Twitter, you will know I've made a couple tweets about it. But there's a very good reason. There's a couple reasons, actually. So first off, let's do the easiest part, the YouTube age verification. We just made two videos about how YouTube is messing with views. And I'm not saying age verification is a good thing, but like it's YouTube being YouTube. Like, are we surprised at this point that they're doing things that are unpopular that nobody wants? Like, it makes sense at this point. It's like saying, oh, look, the YouTube did the thing they always do. Now, yes, I'm not saying it's good or it's not different situation. I understand. But like, we can't stop it. And there's not much to talk about with it until it happens. I think there'll be more to talk about once it happens and we see exactly what they're doing. Right now, we can only speculate based on the information that we've been given or made available. So there's that. Now, let's talk about Collective Shout. Why haven't we talked about it? There's two reasons. Reason number one.
We don't want to.
Well, yes, but have you noticed that on this channel, we haven't really covered that kind of stuff before? Now you might think, but wait, you've covered, exposing stuff, whatever. Yes, we have. But
if people don't, if people are not getting what Master is implying, we don't cover prawn.
Yeah, we don't. Look, I'm not saying that it's all prawn. I understand that there are other games involved in it that aren't necessarily. But it's just not the kind of thing that we do. We don't have clips of AI women. Not throwing shade at anybody who does. I'm just saying we don't. And
we definitely don't.
We don't curse and stuff like that. But it's because of the environment that we grew up in. And so it's just not a topic that we're very passionate about, nor is it one that we feel super comfortable discussing. However, we understand that censorship is not a good thing. And we understand that people have gotten caught up in it and games have gotten caught up in it that don't have any of those things, which is terrible. So, but it explains why we didn't jump on it right off the bat. Now, why haven't we covered it since? Well, I'll tell you the reason is because a lot of people want us to cover it because we do really good deep dives and stuff like that. And I understand that. However, I'll tell you the secret. The secret is if you do 5 minutes of research on Google, you can find exactly what Collective Shout is and exactly why the people who are focusing on it, and again, I'm not throwing any shade to any people who do, but the people who are focusing on it are targeting the wrong people. You're going to tell me that a no-name company, which it was, I'm going to tell you the truth here, okay? Here's the receipts for you guys, okay? Collective Shout was founded in 2009, and since in 2009, they have been trying for years and years and years to push all different kinds of censorship over inappropriate things. They have been successful twice. Let that sink in. They have been started since 2009, and they have been successful twice.
In 14 years, they have only had 2 success stories.
And this one is not one of those successes. You may think, oh, well, they sent the thing to the advertisers. Yes, they did. They were the match that started a flame. But keep in mind, what are we seeing? Widespread age verification, widespread censorship, Do you really think that this no-name company came in that had failed for this long of a period of time, came in and wrote the payment processors, and suddenly within a couple days, the payment processors rolled out all this censorship? No, it's not like that at all. It was always Visa and MasterCard. They have a history of trying to do this, and Collective Shout was a very convenient scapegoat for them to throw under the bus, so to speak, to enable them to do something that was already in the works. Now, I know that there are some people in Collective Shout who have ties to the government in certain ways or whatever. It's not the same thing. Trust me, I've done my research, but if you look into the history of Collective Shout, you will find that they don't really succeed very often. So they're freaking out right now, and people are covering it, and I get it. It's cool to cover it, but they're not the same kind of entity that people are making them to be. And so that's basically not covering them.
They are not Gamergate 3. I'm sorry, but that's the fact.
They're calling themselves that. And look, I'm not saying that there isn't stuff going on with them that's not right. And I'm not saying they don't deserve to be called out. I'm saying people who are spending lots of time focusing on them specifically when they're a company that never really held much power to begin with, you are spending the time attacking the wrong people. Visa and MasterCard have a history of doing this, and they are the ones, in my opinion, that we should be targeting.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
like
the reason.
It's like everyone has conveniently forgotten that Visa and MasterCard went after OnlyFans a couple years ago.
To be fair, OnlyFans and going after games on Steam is a little bit different. But the point being,
it was for similar content.
Yes, but the point being is those are the two reasons. One is it's because it's not really in our wheelhouse, and the other one is simply because it's not as big of a story as people think it is. So for us, it's not necessarily something we would be comfortable covering regardless, and it's not something that we're going to cover because there's not much meat behind it, at least in my opinion. You can disagree, but there's that's pretty much it. Now we can start the timer again. Let's keep moving.
But I'm just going to finish by saying it has been blown out of proportion. And now we are resuming the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Drevlock says, "Oi, who's been using my Thorazine? Can't make it through Disney press release without it." Jeremy U's review says, "I just moved back to college." Oh, hopefully that's hopefully that's a good thing.
Yeah, I hope you maintain your sanity.
Ken Brady says, "Howdy, have a good stream." We will.
Thank you.
James Crawford says, "Love your takes, but I cannot rhyme. Have a good show and show up on time." But
ha ha. Also, nice avatar.
Thunder Kid says, "Clocking in early. Master Raven, still pretty phenomenal. Last week happened at all, and I hope there are people who still tuned in to hear my cameo on the stream with you guys." Yep, your cameo's still there. I will say, and I'm going to be honest with you here, because I meant to reach out to you about this already, but a lot of it we had to cut. And I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not saying it to try to make you feel bad or anything like that, but when I went back through the footage, there were certain personal informations that were made available on the stream multiple times. And as people who have been doxxed, I tried my best to blur it out whenever I saw it, and it just did not work. So I had to remove it. I know that's not what you want to hear, and you are still in it. You still get your shout out at the end, but unfortunately that part had to be cut out. And I'm sorry if that upsets you. It wasn't meant to be upsetting. We're just being honest with you that we don't do that.
Yeah, and we are prioritizing your safety overall.
And you might say, "Oh, wait, but I don't, I'm not worried about it." But as people who have been doxxed, we understand what it's like.
Trust me, someday you will thank us.
Yeah. So hopefully that doesn't hurt your feelings too much. You are still in the video. I made it very clear. I just couldn't leave the stuff in because it was not just a one-time slip. It was showing it multiple times throughout the entire stream, and I couldn't do it. I tried. I stayed up extra time. Raven can attest to it. I stayed up an extra hour after I was supposed to, trying to edit it out, and I just couldn't make it work. I really, really tried. So
it's nothing against you. We just wanted to prioritize your safety above all else.
Yeah.
Because we care.
Russ Williams says, "Hail all," clocking in. Melkor says, "Are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? That's YouTube age verification thing. They'll start asking for ideas on the 13th. Until we see it rolled out, as I said, it's just YouTube being YouTube, which I'm
just glad that TikTok is finally doing it because they're actually finally doing something.
Yeah. Mr. 3D Dev says, why is TDS dressed as Pedro Pascal on this thumbnail? I thought we had enough of him. You're getting cut out.
Pedro Pascal.
You're At this point, you'd think we're almost at 50 episodes. You'd think you would have learned how to laugh into the mic that doesn't get cut off.
No. And he's not Pedro Pascal, Mr. Dev. He is Gomez Adams. A better Gomez Adams than we currently have.
Yep, let's keep going. Swift -1 is waving. I'm just going through. Your local gotcha tuber says, hi, all peeps.
Sup?
Cozy Goober says, beep, bop, boop.
Hello.
Skyfire is clocking in. The Mace
Hi.
is clocking in as well. Alejandros Campos says clocking into the night shift. Just going through as quick as I can. Foot Potter Decker Miller says hello. Odin Dark says hail, night shift clocking in. Youngblood Ray got out of the pit of despair to clock in just in time. Well, go back there. Who said you could leave?
Don't make me shove
3M
you.
5000. They're starting a bit early, I see. We started exactly at the right time.
We always start at 7 p.m. in
Oh, I think
Western
maybe
time.
the chats. I think the super chats. Yeah. Jet Spark, bankrupting yourself into the shadow realm. The Vagrancy Horror says, just stopping by to say hello. Just sitting down to dinner. Best regards. Thanks for coming
Hi.
by.
And have a good dinner.
Paladin Nemo says, guys, the Casket of Souls is empty and Cetra is pissed or behind on the Souls quota. That's a Warhammer reference, isn't it?
I have no idea who Cetra is, so I'm going to assume Warhammer Fantasy.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I am not familiar with Sigmar!
Okay. Let's keep going. Deku Leader says, sorry, I'm clocking in late. You're not late. You're early for tomorrow. Even though we don't stream tomorrow, but that was a good line, so roll with it. Ref says, still entertains to this day. Smash Felted live. Yep.
Yeah.
Arachia
never
says,
not
we
get
get to use WAV AV to curse. I have no idea what that means.
Nor do I.
TJ's Art and Comics says, hail chat.
Hi.
Reaper Knights is clocking in. Proctopile said, tried to catch me slacking, did you? Sure. Ashes says, good evening, friends. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend spending time with and greeting many new memories with those who you love. Let's keep going. It's Kitty says, hello, everyone. I saw.
I know. Your video is not in sync with your audio.
What do you mean?
Oh, now it's fixed. For a moment, your video was a little behind your audio.
It's fine, honey. It happens, but it's back to normal now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that you're no
As
longer
long as-
blurry.
What?
Now that you're no longer blurry, it's fine.
Honey, the most important part is people can hear us. So it's Kitty says, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hawkeye says hello.
Hi.
Fausto Solus says hail, clocking in.
Hi.
Hammer Biotech said Scuff Cam 2.
What does that mean?
Says technology, yeah.
Yes, we have appeased
Time-bound Howler.
Master's Computer's machine spirit has been appeased.
Timebound Howler says, will there be a goal for the Clippy avatar? I don't know why that's a thing now, but...
We have a Clippy avatar?
No, there's a thing going around where there's some revival of Clippy. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is. I have to look into it, and I'm lazy, and I didn't. Jess the Dank says, I move away from the mic to breathe in chocolate rain. I get that reference. Jose Taco says, hit the like button.
Do it.
Mr. Kruger's waving. Advice Dog said, nothing ever happens. Suburban Banshee says, yeah, there are more focused channels that cover these things. There's no reason to jump on the bang if other people are covering it already.
Exactly. Why do we have to when everyone else has covered it to hell and back?
Collective Shatter are rising of lightning rod for hate. Proctor says the Online Safety Act was filed in 2023. Censorship in the UK has been building for a while now. Remember how Brits are getting arrested for posting memes lately? Yep.
Unfortunately. It's very stupid.
So it's fine we don't want to cover Collective Shout, then why not the executives or whatnot in Visa and MasterCard? Because, again, there's not much to uncover here. What if I told you Visa and MasterCard were connected to the government?
No way.
It would almost be like you'd kind of understand that. Like it makes sense. Okay. Tiger King Rex says PayPal has a history of doing that too. But you just covered, we did cover it, but not in the same way.
We only covered it so that people will stop asking us to cover it just now.
Yep. Darth, I can't pronounce that.
Syracuse.
Darth Syracuse is disappointed with Gina's settlement. Discovery would have been lit. Yep. Zan Jaina says they still flag your card if you sub to OnlyFans, so it suspends it and you have to call and say that you want naughty OnlyFans charge to go through to some female phone agent. Ugh.
I don't want to know.
Understood. Thanks for trying. Okay. Well, look, Thunder Kid made a thing where we basically ended up, he ended up doing like this story of me killing Ironheart with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which was funny. But
it was cute.
Inaudible Raven strikes again. I think we're probably way past the time, aren't we?
Oh, we have 15 seconds.
Did you watch Escape to New York yet? No, it's on our list to do. We've been really busy trying to catch up on Wednesday. Hi, Duncan the Funky Evans says, hi, finally catching a live stream.
What's up? And the timer is up. Time for Super Chats.
Okay, I'm just going to try to go through quickly and see if there's anybody else here. Clippy Revival is tied to everyone comparing the AI to Clippy. Okay, got it. Independent Courier, there's no chance I would have fed most of the information to Sync Disney made it viable. Discovery was never in their cards. It was how much you would settle for. I guess that's fair. Apparently, we also hit tier 2 already.
Cool.
But so we're gonna have to do both clips. But
no, we don't. Let's just do the second clip. If we're not doing the first tier hats, why do we need to do the first tier clip?
I say we do them in order. Right, and then when we get to the second tier, we do the second tier clip, and then we go into the topics. It'll just be a little longer. People like the clips.
Are we going to wear our hats during the clips? Okay. The Mace for $10. Not thrilled that Gina settled out of court, but it's better than no lawsuit at all. Disney will have to make reparations of some kind. P.S. What do you say to Gina Carano as She-Hulk? Beep, bop, boop.
I don't want She-Hulk at all anymore, I'm going to be honest.
She would have, but she would have been a better choice. Rosie for $99.99. Hell yeah! I summon Pot of Greed.
Well, to be fair, I'd give you a clip for that, but since it's $100, we'll just give you the tier 1 clip. So
that is Pot of Greed.
Yep, we'll do that, and then we'll continue, and then we'll go into the tier 2. Because you guys are nuts.
Just get on with it.
Previously on Yu-Gi-Oh!
I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck!
That's not what it does.
Roll my dice! That is what it does. Pot of Greed! Draw 3. I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck! And I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck! Then I play Magic Force! Which allows me to play Pot of Greed once again to draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
You know, he's right. And I attack and I win, right?
No.
You don't have any. Well, you don't have any monsters, and
oh, he's supposed to be here.
What? Oh, you got the Celtic Guardian.
My turn. I summon Dark Magician. I also summon Jack's Knight.
What? How? You can't summon a bunch of cards on one turn. It's against the rules.
You never saw this coming. I summoned Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
That's not what it does. It doesn't do that. That is what it does. It doesn't.
That's what it do, Yugi.
That does what it do.
That does what it
do. Jinx.
And then we got
Skyfire gifted 5 Gothic Therapy memberships.
Where is that clip? Here we go.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
You all will be happy to know that I have finally seen that movie.
Yep.
And Skyfire for $10 for Raven's Chocolate Stash. I need a bigger chocolate stash.
No, you don't.
Hee. Baked Buddhist, been a member for 1 month. Why, thank you. Most people get full body, then only use the torso anyway. It's not really important unless you have a full rigged mocap 3D model.
Which we were never going to have, so that's why we did it only half body, because we're sitting in chairs. I don't think we're going to get up and move around, and even if we do, I think we'll have the rest of our body, just won't move. So
yeah. So why get full body when we don't even show our full bodies?
And
Rosie for $49.99. Never apologize. Your authenticity is what makes your content so good. Why, thank you, and we totally agree.
And instead of giving you a clip because we hit tier 2, we will go to we will do our tier 2 clip. Ready?
Begin.
Hey! I'll show ye.
I am Destructor! I'm Bone.
That'll show him.
My finger! I cast upon thee a stone tide! Let's try for a twofer. Dark Magician! Dark Magic Attack!
Very well.
And that is why they call me Bender the Magnificent!
Now it's personal. New blast.
I'm scared.
I learned how to handle delicate social situations from a little show called Three's Company. You are no match for my dragon style.
You just lost the duel.
You didn't even look at your cards.
Looking at one's cards is a crutch for players who rely on skill. Eat them and leak salt water. That right, scared?
No, I'm not. Oh, wait, I am.
Let's go already!
You guys are nuts. Thank you for getting us to tier 2 already.
Yep. What a ride.
Preston A. Scott says, I love Wednesday. I don't see what the complaints are. So,
Well,
we'll get to that.
as a hardcore Adams fan, I do have complaints, which I will be voicing.
Yeah, so again, keep in mind, we don't think, we'll get to it, but we don't think Wednesday is a bad show. It's just a bad Adams Family show.
Yeah, it's just, if to put it short, in my opinion, it disrespects the Adams Family.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it does.
All right. I think we're all caught up, right?
I believe so.
And I see Thunder Kid. I have actually seen the Jamaican dub. It's just not really our thing. And I don't want to do too many Yu-Gi-Oh clips because people won't get it.
Unless they see the Yu-Gi-Oh card hanging on the wall behind you.
Well, because most people don't know. So, but yeah. Okay. So we're going to go into our first topic. We have a fully packed show today for you guys. But we are going to change our hats for the topics. Because I think that if we cut it out to put as actual videos, it will look bad because we'll don't understand.
And I want to actually look serious somewhat when I am talking about something serious. So
just do a review. Well, funny you mentioned that.
That is exactly what we're about to be doing. And I will also, and after the stream, I will be writing one for that park place.
Okay, and no, I'm not doing a Yasuke cosplay. I'm the master of the total defense Shogun, so now I have embodied the Shogun.
Wahaha! And I have embodied the bad kitty.
Okay, let's get into the topics. We're 40 minutes in. You guys are insane. We might even get to tier 3 today. That'd be crazy.
Hope so. That would be nice.
Well, let's get into, because I would say, do it while you can, guys, because once we get our VTuber avatars, hats won't be a thing, at least not right away.
I don't even know if the chairs will be a thing.
The chairs will.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into our first topic. I'm going to switch back to my regular hat.
Yep. Begin.
Wednesday Season 2 still doesn't know what to do.
It's goth-flavored sludge in a CW stew.
The atoms feel neutered, the tones out of place.
And Ortega's deadpan can't salvage this waste.
So, we've watched the first part of Season 2 of Wednesday.
And while it is still better than Season 1, it is still not good.
So I'll kind of leave a lot of this to kind of Raven, and I'll fill in here and there. But there is one thing I want to say before we get in, that there will be a part mentioning a particular character that is in this, and I will have something to say about that because I'm not happy as how this character was used.
I'm not happy about how all the other characters are used. But yes, I will leave that one character to you, my dear. And now that I have my notes open, may I begin?
Sure.
And I do apologize in advance if I get loud because I will be trying to restrain my anger.
That's what I'm here for, to help restrain the anger or to say that it's completely not my fault if she gets angry and I did nothing and why are you looking at me?
You know you could always just mute my mic.
No, I am either I'm helping or it's not my fault and I did nothing.
No, you're just taking pictures of the murders I commit in Minecraft.
Why would I be taking okay, first off, the murders would be in Minecraft. And second, why would I be taking pictures of these things? That would be giving evidence. What are you?
I don't know. Crazy? I work in an asylum after all. What did you expect?
That if you were to murder somebody in Minecraft, that you wouldn't take pictures of it.
Wow. I was trying to make a joke and I failed. All right, so.
And I ruined it. We're a team.
Woo! All right, let's do this. Brace yourselves, everybody, because I am not happy. So, starts off, Season 2 starts off, it's the end of summer break, and Wednesday is hunting a serial killer. And she goes...
Wait. You have to mention, she's hunting a serial killer. How is she hunting the serial killer, honey?
With her psychic powers that she has, that Wednesday Addams never had before this show.
Yeah, but who cares? Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, because she's not being Wednesday and doing actual detective work. She's being a psychic and doing stupid things that the Addams family doesn't do.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame because I liked the idea, Wednesday is supposed to be like a crafty character, and it's like, oh, I'm going to solve this murder by literally using magic. It's like, okay, but
then you're not Wednesday.
Whatever.
Wednesday would have a thrill in the mystery.
Let's continue, or we'll be here for a week.
Okay. I'm sorry. And do you guys remember the airport scene in the trailer? That's in the episode too. It actually does happen. And she doesn't get arrested for having a bunch of weapons. Thing is in her backpack, and she passes him off as a prosthetic hand. And the security guy gets mad at the sunscreen in her backpack that Thing packed, not her.
It's a joke, though. It's a joke. We're going to ignore all the other weapons.
It's not a good joke. Realistically, that would never happen. You would be arrested on the spot. The writers are stupid.
Honey, breathe. We're not even
Okay.
an episode into this and you're already getting mad. Let's get
I
through it.
know. We're only 5 minutes into the episode, and I'm already mad.
Yes,
Not
let's
even
continue.
5 minutes. So
Let's continue.
She finds the serial killer. She gets captured by him. Then she pulls an Uno reverse card. Thing pops out of a doll, and she escapes and scalps him. And it
Doesn't
ends up
scalp
in the,
him. She gets him arrested.
No, honey. She scalps him. She cuts off his hair. You didn't see the poster behind her wall. Scalper scalped.
I'm pretty sure that was just a...
No. Scalper scalped. She cut off all his hair.
So why isn't she being arrested then?
Good question.
Because I mean...
Because
I'm
the writers
not a-
don't know. Because the writers don't seem to know how cause and effect works.
Okay, let's continue.
But anyway, now we're going back to school. The goth Hogwarts that should not exist.
This part. Let me take this part.
With vampires and werewolves and gorgons, oh my! That also should not exist.
Let me take this part. So then they're driving there, and suddenly Pugsley, by the way, Pugsley is the most inconsistent character in this entire show. We literally in the first season had when a bird hit the car, he like freaked out and he was like a wimp. And now he's just slinging lightning out of his. Now he can shoot lightning. By the way,
no, wait, you forget, honey. You forget what he's called. What that's called?
An
Gomez says-
electrocutioner.
No, an electrocutioner. Electrocutioner would have been better.
But
But that's also not supposed to be a thing.
honey,
Sorry.
you need to calm down.
I said I was going to get mad.
But you need to calm down so we can get through this, because I'm going to be honest with you, honey. I'm going to say this bluntly.
What?
I only watched this show for you, and I hate it, and I want to get through it as quickly as possible. And if that means you're being less angry till we get through it and then get angry afterwards, that sounds much better to me.
Okay, I'll try my best. But yes, you go next.
But yeah, he's slinging lightning just randomly out the window, and Wednesday dares him to hit a sign or she's going to eject him from his seat.
Yeah, and Pugsley gets scared.
Because they have that button in the car for some reason.
Yeah, and Pugsley gets scared for some reason. Even though, realistically, Pugsley would be like, challenge accepted. Ha ha.
This is so weird because we see Pugsley throughout this season and last season both being very meek and scared of Wednesday and then being almost an equal. And it's so weird because you can't have both. Either Pugsley is like the partner in crime for Wednesday, like, you know, the brother that she fights with, like in most adaptations, or he's the scared wimp. You can't have both. It's just really weird.
Yeah, because like there's literally this one brief flashback scene because Pugsley's now attending Nevermore Academy, and Morticia tells Wednesday, take care of your brother. Wednesday says, I always do. And then it cuts to a little flashback of her nailing him inside of a coffin, and he's crying. The real Pugsley would be laughing.
It's weird, but let's continue.
And then comes the line when they exit the car from the fake Morticia that I absolutely hate. Control is often an illusion, like how I let your father think he's the one in charge of this family.
Yeah, it's not like you took his last name and your original name was Frump, and so he would be in charge of the family, because without him, you would not be called the Addams family. But okay, yes, it's really the strong female behind it all. What a surprise.
I hate that Gomez has been reduced to a side character in this. I really do.
And he eats bugs now. Live bugs.
All of the Addams eat bugs now. Live bugs. Spiders, worms, bees.
For what reason? I don't remember this.
No,
I don't remember this.
No. I mean, I know they eat exotic things, but they never eat the bugs live.
And mice. Don't forget mice too.
Oh yeah, mice. But no, not live. They don't eat them live.
They eat them right out of the mousetrap.
For some reason.
Okay, let's continue.
And then characters are introduced and reintroduced, and it turns out Wednesday has a fan club.
Because she saved the school, so now everybody likes her, and she has this creepy pigtailed fan, as you can see on the top left over there, that's literally basically
wants to be her.
Wants to be her and is like creepy and weird and asks her for her autograph.
Very creepy.
It was just weird.
Quite. And then we get introduced to a couple new characters. One is the new headmaster, played by Stephen Buscemi, the guy from Spy Kids 2.
Do you think Charles Adams stays in his grave because he too fears what he's created?
Here on Netflix CW.
CW Netflix.
Yep, that guy. Yep, that guy is the new headmaster of Nevermore, and he's a pyrokinetic, apparently. And he's walking along, and we meet him while he is walking alongside another professor who Master wants to talk about.
Okay, so we know that's not where we meet him. We meet him actually, that's later. But he gets introduced to himself. He wants Wednesday to be the mascot of the school, and Wednesday's like, "No, I don't want to." And he's like, "Oh, come on, don't you want to? We can do things together." Wednesday's like, "Haha, no," and leaves and goes upstairs to her room, which opens, and there is Enid.
With a bunch of her fellow werewolves, because werewolves are a thing for some reason.
I loved last season when she turned into the rainbow werewolf with rainbow hair.
Killstar turned that into a plushie.
Whatever. But she's there, says all out, they leave. She talks with Wednesday a bit, said, "I missed you, I brought you something," and brings Wednesday, what did she bring her?
I don't remember, but Wednesday gives her a doll that she stole from the serial killer that's made with real human hair.
Yep. But yeah, so that's the thing, and what happens next?
Honestly?
Well, Pugsley moves in with the bee guy from last season.
Oh, right.
There's no patriarchy in the hive.
That kid is back. He looks older and his hair is a lot more frizzy, but he still has his braces for some reason. And Pugsley is now his roommate in the Caliban dorm.
And they tell a story later that night about a thing, and we get actually one of the best things from the show, aside from the intro.
A proper Tim Burton animation sequence. That was literally the best. And besides the intro, that's literally the best part of the show.
Yeah, and it's about a kid who was very smart, but he was dying, so he made himself a robotic heart, and his heart saved him, but he died from his own genius, and then he was buried under the skull tree.
An experiment gone wrong exploded his tower, and he ended up flying out of the tower and landing by a tree that looks like a skull.
I also want to mention, we forgot to mention that Wednesday's powers aren't working very well. She keeps having these dark tears come out her eyes.
Yeah, that's actually told in episode 2. You find out that the black tears means, according to fake Morticia, psychic exhaustion.
Whatever. Anyways, so it gets to that, and and you have the notes, honey.
Yeah. So
let me. We have notes just to keep on task.
Yeah. Honestly, we're probably going to be talking about things out of order, and honestly, I don't care.
Basically, what ends up happening, the important things you need to know is that her powers aren't good. She gets a psychic surge that basically shows
her that Enid is going to die, and Enid's ghost says, "I died because of you," and it's Enid's headstone covered in crows.
So now she has to save Enid, but wait, also there's a bonfire.
For some reason, Wednesday decides she has to save Enid, because for some reason, Wednesday cares.
Yes, but wait, so there's a couple things that happen. So we have the biggest event of this show is the bonfire at the end of the things. There's a bonfire where they have a phoenix and they light it on fire, and these people can move it with their minds and make it fly for some reason.
The quote Da Vinci students who are telekinetics. Basically use their powers to pile up the sticks and the principal lights it on fire with his power, and they make it fly while it's on fire. But there's the twist. Wednesday's manuscript, which was rejected by the publisher because she refused to change a single word and do any editing,
for some reason,
it gets stolen.
And Wednesday never made a copy of it, so she has to climb into the bonfire to get it. And
because someone decided to put it in the bonfire.
Yes, but wait. So there's also a part that at some point we see this whole thing going on with ravens. And there's this guy like taking pictures of these two people meeting, and they're clearly like having an affair or whatever. And these birds end up coming and like attacking him and killing him.
Yes.
And Wednesday finds out about it and runs into the former sheriff, by the way, who's been replaced with large black woman sheriff.
Who in the previous season was a deputy, but okay.
But now she's large black woman, the sheriff.
Yeah, the donut stereotype, but a woman.
I'm literally calling her large sheriff black woman. Because it sounds like Blue Eyes White Dragon, but it's like it's black, large sheriff black woman in defense mode. When she's in defense mode, she eats donuts. No, I'm just kidding.
Ha ha ha. And yeah, and
wait, so it ends off basically she gets her manuscript back, blah blah blah. She ends up basically finding out that she goes to go find the sheriff because she needs help with all this because the guy's stalking, and finds the sheriff in the house with his eyes pecked out. He's dead. And then the police come in and arrest her.
Yes. And then her dad comes in as her lawyer to bail her out, which is
wait, we got to tell episode 2. So Gomez comes in and frees her because reasons. And when she gets back, she finds the sheriff's eye on Enid's pillow, and it's prank day.
Yeah. And
wait, she comes back and she finds Enid outside on like the patio area, like
on their balcony, on their shared balcony, with her throat slit open.
And she freaks out, and then it's like, pranked you, haha, that's getting you back for the eye on my pillow, but it turns out it's a real eye because reasons.
Yeah, and basically prank day is basically how, kids throwing toilet paper at houses on Halloween.
We forgot to mention, and during all of this in the first episode, Pugsley goes to the skull tree and gets scared because he hears the ticking heart of the boy in the tree stump. That's one of the things of the story.
No, he doesn't get scared of that. He smiles and starts digging, and decides to start digging, then trips for some reason, and his electro powers go out of whack and into the ground.
And it revives the zombie, which he calls Slurp.
He decides to keep it as a pet and call it Slurp.
It shall be my Slurp, and he shall be my Slurpee.
Pretty much.
So yeah, and it's got a mechanical heart because it's actually the story about the boy was true. So yeah.
Yeah. So and Pugsley shocked him back to life and literally created a zombie, which does later on end up eating brains and becoming more intelligent and regenerating the more brains it eats. But okay.
Yeah, but wait. Let's get back to what we're saying. So Wednesday, the whole thing of pranks going on.
Yeah, we're definitely out of order by now, but prank day is how we meet what Master hates.
Okay, so we had heard when this show was starting for season 2, we heard that one of the casting, they were going to bring in Christopher Lloyd. Now, Christopher Lloyd is 86 currently, so he's not a spring chicken anymore. However, the role of Grandpa Adams was right there for them to take. And
if not with John Astin, who is still alive, then with Christopher Lloyd.
But wait, here's what happens, okay? For those who don't know, Christopher Lloyd played the original Fester in the movies. And
in the 90s
they bring him back.
In the 90s movies, he was Uncle Fester.
Yes, and so instead, in this show, he's a head in a jar.
A jar that moves on a mechanical pole.
What's his name again?
Professor Olaf, I think. And you can barely understand him because he talks inside water.
And he is literally the butt of every joke. He says, I hate prank day. Last time someone put eels in my tank. And then later on, he also becomes turned to stone. But no. We can't have Christopher Lloyd actually like there. He's just going to be his head in a jar for no reason.
Yeah. Master hated that.
And when I say he's the butt of every joke, I kid you not, he is like the stupidest character in this entire season. It made me so mad to see it.
Well, what they've done to Gomez is worse, but yeah.
But yeah, so there's that. Prank day goes wrong, whatever. Then Wednesday's powers still aren't working, and she realizes the only way she's going to figure out what's going on and what happened to the sheriff is she has to break into Willow Hill to beat Tyler, which is the Hyde from last season.
Basically her ex-boyfriend who tried to kill her. Joy.
And she breaks in somehow, and she but then Tyler won't give her anything, and and so she leaves, and she comes back to find that Enid and her new boyfriend have been kidnapped and put in a clock tower with a bunch of knives coming down on them, and she has to solve a puzzle.
Now, there was one thing that happened right before that was pretty funny. Enid made Thing an honorary member of the school's werewolf pack, and they howled in celebration, and Wednesday came in, saw them howling, and then immediately turned around and closed
left,
the door.
which was actually kind of funny.
That was proper Wednesday. That made us laugh. That was one of the only things that made us laugh.
But yeah, so she comes back and she finds that Enid's gonna be killed, and she has to go get him because she finds it's her stalker, and she ends up discovering that she has to solve a puzzle. When she solves it, the knives that are coming down, which by the way, she comes into Enid and her new boyfriend making out because reasons. I don't even know.
Yeah, because they're tied up together, and in the moment they just decide to kiss for some reason. Even though
don't try to escape the knives descending. Kiss.
You got claws. You can use them to pick the lock, you idiots.
Nope, let's kiss. I'm sure these chains around us will just stay there, and these knives that are coming, that are above our heads, I'm sure they'll just stay where they are, even though they keep falling down every little bit.
Idiots.
But literally, she solves the thing, and basically turns out that her stalker, her stalker was actually a girl, her fangirl. She can turn invisible, including her clothes.
For some reason. She calls herself Wednesday's super fan, and is basically and Wednesday basically uses her obsession to turn her into her gopher girl.
Yes, and while this is all going on, turns out the principal's whole secret plan is to get Morticia to be in charge of the fundraising at the school.
And basically, they want...
Wait, you got to say about the siren.
Okay, the siren Bianca, who's an okay
From
character,
the first season.
but who's an okay character, but there's really no need for her to be a siren. Basically, the principal blackmails her with scholarship, with the threat of
I'll take away your scholarship if we don't have money. You use your powers to go make us get money.
Yeah, because apparently Morticia's mother is the one who is the successful businesswoman and is the matriarch of the family, and
she's called Mama, even though that's not right.
Mama is Gomez's mother.
But yeah, so she gets compelled. She gets compelled to go do it, but she doesn't end up doing it, and whatever. So let's get on to the next part. Okay, good. Let's keep this moving because we have 2 episodes still to go.
We probably combined episodes, though.
I don't really care.
Neither do I. Let's continue.
If we forgot something, screw it. I don't care enough to remember it. If I don't remember it, it wasn't important. So then the next part is the filler episode. We get the funeral for Galpin, and Tyler's Hyde persona is now resurfacing, and they go on a camping trip because Wednesday discovers that some of the stuff and some of the clues she found says that this cabin in the woods somewhere that might have other things. And she goes on this whole camping trip, which ends up becoming this whole fight between the normies and the
outcasts. Basically, the Nevermore students versus a bunch of Boy Scouts. Literal Boy Scouts.
But wait, Pugsley's friend Slurp has been on a rampage but came back. So Pugsley doesn't want to leave him by himself locked up. So he puts him in a coffin and brings him with for some reason.
We forgot to mention how Wednesday got to Willow Hill in the first place. She stole Enid's driver's ed form.
And she drove there and she did the meme. She cut the brake cord, looks at the guy, goes, "Look at me. I'm the captain now."
literally holding a knife, and basically pretended to be Enid so she could get a car to drive to the asylum.
It's okay. The guy gets eaten later because Slurp likes brains.
Yep. For some reason.
Brains.
Ha ha ha.
So the normies fight the not normies, and Wednesday sneaks off to go look and finds hidden behind a mirror that basically says the word Lois, which she needs to figure out, and a bunch of people who have died but aren't maybe dead or whatever. Long story short, they end up winning the normie versus the non-normies. Well, I don't even know. Outcasts fight.
I don't know. Honestly, we're going so out of order. I don't remember. I don't even care anymore.
Let me finish.
Okay.
And then during it, then they're sore losers, so they come back later at night. The scoutmaster and his troop come back because they lost, but they don't want to lose, and so they end up accidentally opening the crate where they're opening the coffin, and Slurp eats the scoutmaster. Nom nom, brains, tasty, yummy. The end.
And basically the murder gets discovered that someone's dead. The police come and take Slurp away in a straitjacket and a muzzle and send him off to Willow Hill for some reason. And Pugsley is very upset, and Mommy and Daddy are hugging him as he cries.
Yeah, and then, so let's get to the last episode. So we find out that Wednesday has called gay Uncle Fester
to infiltrate Willow Hill for her because reasons.
Yep, and so he infiltrates Willow Hill, and he tries to find out who Lois is, and he finds out that Lois isn't a person, it's the long-term outcast integration study, and Wednesday breaks in at some point, and they try to get Fester out of there because he's trapped, and it's a mess, honestly. This whole episode is a mess.
All of it is a mess. Oh, and
But
don't forget, we also get Christina Ricci's character again.
And then she dies.
She's killed at the end of episode 4.
And why is Fester gay? He's not. He just acts gay. So he's they have him making out with a woman, but I guarantee he's gay. I'm sorry.
Honestly, well, for one, because we think that because of his Dalmatian helmet in season 1. But
I like to travel incognito.
That's actually how he said it. Yes. I feel like they were trying to go for the 60s, to mimic the 60s actor who had the sort of squeaky-ish voice. But that worked for the 60s. It does not work for 2025.
Yeah. So basically, Tyler breaks out. Long story short, they find a secret wing, and they find out.
And we also forgot about how Wednesday's. Okay, wait, no, yeah, you continue that, and then I'll go.
Wednesday's book got taken by her mom. Her book that let her unlock her powers, but she ends up fighting her mom for it and losing, and her mom goes to burn it. The end. We don't have to care about that part.
Yeah. Shall I cover everything else then?
No, let's get through this. I know it's out of order, crazy. This is just annoying.
Because there's another big important part that I just remembered that we forgot.
What part?
Aunt Ophelia!
Oh, yeah. They mentioned Aunt Ophelia at some point during it because Aunt Ophelia was like Wednesday and overtaxed her powers and stuff.
Yeah, they turned Aunt Ophelia into a psychic who went crazy from overusing psychic powers, which is one of the things I absolutely hate. Aunt Ophelia, Morticia's sister, was always meant to be the foil to Morticia, the polar opposite of Morticia, the happy-go-lucky, bubbly sister. She was never a psychic, she was never insane, and I absolutely hate what they have done. Did the mic pick me up for that?
We're roboting?
Did I get picked up?
How are we breaking up?
Hello?
Our internet connection's fine.
Was it because of I was yelling?
Hello? Do people can hear us?
Hello?
Are you picked up now?
Did anybody hear my tirade?
Probably not.
Ugh. Basically, I hate what they have done with that. They turned Ophelia Frump, not Ophelia Adams, Ophelia Frump, Morticia's older sister.
Why are we roboting?
We should not be roboting. That sucks.
Okay, so just redo that part.
Okay, so
and
what they've
talk
done with
normally because otherwise it gets cut off.
Okay. What they have done with Morticia's older sister, Ophelia, I absolutely hate. They have made it that Ophelia was also a psychic like Wednesday and overtaxed herself using those psychic powers and ended up going insane because of it. The reason I hate this is because Ophelia Frump, the older sister of Morticia Frump, who was originally supposed to marry Gomez, was supposed to always meant to be the foil to Morticia's Macabre. She was the happy-go-lucky, bubbly older sister, while Morticia was the grim and gloomy one. She was never supposed to be a psychic or crazy or any of those things, and I absolutely hate that they have done this. Another thing I absolutely hate is Grandmother Adams is now Morticia's mother, who runs a very successful funeral business. And basically is the whole strong, independent woman stereotype that says a woman needs ways to not rely on her husband for some reason. And Morticia calls her Mama, which is what we're supposed to call Gomez's mother, who is Grandmama Adams, not Morticia's mom. Another thing that's terrible that they've done, as I mentioned earlier, Gomez is reduced to a side character. And fake Morticia's comment about confusion, about control being an illusion, quote, like how I let your father think he's the one in charge of this family. The entire show, anytime we see Morticia and Gomez together, you can tell, Luis Guzman does a very decent Gomez. I will admit that. I do not mind his portrayal of Gomez. It actually looks like the original Gomez from the original Charles Adams comic strip. However, even though this Gomez is true, you can tell he is in love with this Morticia, and his affection for her is genuine. Anytime you see her with him, you can tell she is leading him along and manipulating him in ways that make him just push to the side. And honestly, I can't stand that. Gomez and Morticia are supposed to be a team. They are the ultimate true love couple. Why are they doing this to them?
Roboting again.
Why? But why are they doing this to Gomez and Morticia? I do not understand.
What is going on?
And I think that's everything. Okay, but did anybody hear my tirade?
I don't know, honey. I don't know what's going on. Our internet's fine. We're not even on the same internet.
I don't want to have to repeat what I said.
Honey, I understand. I don't know what to tell you. It's not robot, it's breaking up. What do you mean breaking up? It must be YouTube, because literally we're both talking normally.
Yeah. And I didn't even raise my voice that time.
Well, it recorded it locally, so
hopefully, because you said I have something that might affect the recording.
Honey, I don't know what else to tell you. We need to get through this, okay?
All right. But that's my tirade at an end.
Okay. So,
I hate this. I hate this.
Let me finish. So it turns out it's the long-term outcast integration study, and they break in and they break her out, and they find out that it's Dr. Judy Fairburn is actually Stonehurst's daughter, which is the person who's basically who's behind the Lois thing, and she controls birds. Dr. Stonehurst was trying to figure out how to take outcast powers and transfer them into normies, and he did it to his daughter, and she controls birds, and she's been killing everybody. But it's okay, because Tyler breaks out and everything. Fester electrocutes everything and destroys everything, and ends up freeing all the people in the Willow Hill, and they all kill Dr. Fairburn, and then Tyler attacks Wednesday and throws her out the window, and she's comatose, and that's where the show ends.
Until September, when we find out what happens next. And I still think and since we still haven't seen Lady Gaga's character, she is either going to be Ophelia, the actual killer, or both.
I think she's not, and I'll tell you why. Because we get a character in the cells at Lois who's like this character who's just there, and she says like, "Are you? Oh, what are you like?" The way she acts, it makes it seem like it's Ophelia.
And you might be right, because she was wearing a white flowery dress.
Yeah, I guarantee that's Ophelia because Ophelia went missing. Apparently, they mentioned that, and she was, and in that lowest place, all the people there are said to have died, but they really didn't. So,
Yeah.
it honestly, the show itself isn't really that bad. The problem is it's a terrible Addams Family show, and it's basically, put it this way: if you took Wednesday and you substituted her with Nancy Drew, but with psychic powers.
And
it
emo.
would literally be the show.
Oh, and don't forget, she's also emo. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You're welcome. Now you know why I hate it.
So yeah, that went on long. It was meandering, whatever. I'll try to cut it up into something.
I'm sorry. I love Addams Family. I do. But this is not Addams Family. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, I hear you. And we'll watch the rest of it, but it's not a bad show. As I said, it's a decent show for what it is. The problem is it's literally
Season 1 was not great. Both seasons are a mess. This season is just slightly better.
But yeah, Christina Ricci at the end is dead, so the original Wednesday is now dead, and it's a.
Now, technically, the original Wednesday Lisa Loring died a couple of years ago.
You know what I mean. In the first season, they had Wednesday, or the new Wednesday defeat one of the old Wednesdays. Now the old Wednesday's dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
But long story short, I'm going to say what no one else will. Literally, the show is a CW drama that just happens to include the Addams Family or people who are called the Addams Family. The problem is it's not the Addams Family.
It's not at all. They've ruined the characters. So it's Addams Family in name only. And even that is a stretch. I hate it. I hate it so much. We should stop there.
Yep. So how is our connection doing now? Better?
I really hope that my tirade was heard and didn't cut up
People
too much.
said that they heard it. It just wasn't as good.
Meh.
I don't know why. It must have been YouTube because honestly, we're both on two different internet connections.
Or it was StreamYards. I don't know.
That could be too. But literally, there is no way. And I'll get the local recording. This is going to be a mess to edit.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. Let's get to the super chats so that we can move on because we're already over an hour into the show. We have a bunch more topics to cover.
Yes. But, yeah. Independent Courier has been a member for 4 months. They turned Wednesday into a witch. Very weak. Yes. When in the 60s, she cried on Halloween because someone told her that witches weren't real. If you can't believe in witches, what can you believe in? And so Gomez and Morticia literally did a seance to contact an aunt who they believed was an actual witch. Just to make Wednesday feel better.
Wait, people are now saying it's still happening?
Are you kidding me?
What do you mean?
That's not supposed to be happening.
We're both plugged into the internet, to two different internet.
And Wi-Fi is off for both of us.
Wi-Fi's off for both of us. We're both plugged in, and we're both on two different internets. Raven's on Verizon, I'm on Spectrum. So
maybe it's when we talk over each other. I don't know.
We're gonna have to
All right,
I'll clip a section of it. There's nothing we can do. So
yeah. The mace for $5. Gotta go now. Shall catch the rebound. Everybody have a glorious evening, night, morning, afternoon, depending on the rotation of your location. Live well and prosper. Independent Courier for $2. Wow, it sounds terrible. WTF, writers suck. I'm a writer and I don't suck. Give it to me and I'll make it way better. I'll fix it.
There's no way to fix this show.
Well, one way you can start is firing Catherine Zeta-Jones because she is a horrible Morticia. Ref for $5. Here's for the Raven Needs Chocolate Fund. Cheers.
All right.
I have to actually I have to step out for a moment, so if you can continue without me for a minute.
Okay. Didn't have to turn off your thing while you did that, but okay. Hi, people. But yeah, I wonder if something's going on with YouTube. Do we know if there's something going on? Because it makes no sense. If we were both on the same internet, I could say, or we're using the same mic, I could say that would be a thing. But I don't think that's the case, which is kind of funny because I'm on a different internet connection entirely from Raven, and I'm on a different mic from Raven, so it doesn't make any sense. I think that either it's StreamYards or YouTube. And to be fair, YouTube is rolling out some stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was YouTube. But we sound better now, though, right? Hopefully. I saw Toasty with the Mosties here. The image quality is dropping. I expect StreamYards. And I made myself bigger, so I saw Toasty with the Mosty in here. Where are you? There you are. Hi, Toasty. Don't know if you're still here, but hello. Okay, so hopefully it won't be a problem. We're going to get into some other stuff. We still have a bunch more topics to cover, and we're going to have to get through. The rest of them shouldn't be as long, and War of the Worlds is just going to be fun to talk about. You back it, honey? I'm going to take her silence as a no. But yeah, I'll be honest. The show, as I said, if you replaced Wednesday with Nancy Drew, who had had like psychic powers, it would literally just be a CW drama, like The Adventures of Nancy Drew. Like, that's the thing, is that they take the Addams Family and they've made it into this kind of thing which it never was. And because of that, it's like they've appropriated the characters and the names of the Addams Family in name only. Hi, honey.
Hello.
Are you back?
Yes. And you're blurry.
What do you mean blurry?
I mean, you're blurry.
I don't know what that means. I'm not blurry. I'm plugged in and everything's fine.
Okay. Looks that way on my end. That's all.
Hold on. How about now?
Still blurry. I don't know what's
what do you
going
mean
on.
Blurry?
Maybe your visual is pixelated.
It's not. There shouldn't be any pixelation.
Okay. It looks better now.
Are you sure?
Yes. I
How about
honestly
now?
don't know. It's better. Definitely better. I have no
I
idea
don't
what's going
understand
on.
what's going on. I'm literally
I thought
not.
we fixed everything.
We did. The audio's been good for the most part. It just seems like what's ending up happening is we're being dropped out or cut out completely.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Goodbye, buddy. I know who it might be on the P side. I don't know. But yeah, we had a little bit of an interesting person who, for some reason, decided that to be a jerk in our chat. So they now can't get banned. I don't care if you're a troll. You can have fun. You are/were fuzzy. What does that mean?
I think you're talking about your camera resolution. Is your
My
camera resolution on?
What are you talking about?
What is it exactly what it sounds like?
High definition. It is
It's not what
literally.
But
Here.
on my end, that's not what it looks like.
How about now?
Nope.
What in the world? We don't have. I don't understand why we can't have one stream that's not normal.
Me neither. Rosie is saying you look fine.
I'm blurry still. How am I still blurry? Why am I blurry? I'm literally not any. There's nothing going on.
Maybe you're plugged into the inferior internet?
No, I should be fine. Let me try this. Is it better now?
I think so.
Yes or no?
It's definitely better, but not 100%. Here, let me lower my camera resolution. Maybe that'll help things.
Let me try this. How about now?
I don't see a change.
How about now? Hello?
Your camera is not in sync with your audio.
How about now?
Better, but you're still pixelated.
How am I pixelated?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What does the StreamYard signal say on your end?
It's the same as it's always been.
What does that mean?
You're not helping, honey. Let me do this. How about now?
Looks better. Much better.
Did it fix itself?
I think so. You look a lot better.
I just upped the bit rate.
That does look a lot better.
Do I look better now?
Yes, much.
It's so weird. I think there's something going on that's not just us, because that's very strange.
Mm-hmm. So clearly it's more than just the audio driver. But yeah, we should move on.
Yeah, let's get into the other stuff. Here, we'll do something fun now, guys. We're going to get into a fun... Really?
No. You're not allowed.
It's not just you? Okay, I'm hopeful. Let's
Okay, but it's fixed now, so let's move on to our media therapy,
yes,
right?
I'm getting it. We're going into the media therapy. We got some great media therapy for you guys after all that annoying trouble with the internet and whatever. Let's get into something nice. We're probably gonna have to mute this, but we can or we'll pause it. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. All right.
Okay.
So we have, you guys may know about all the stuff going on with One Piece live action, and we're not going to get into the controversy around it. However, we are going to get into, because as part of I think the Netflix showrunners or Lego, whatever, someone bought the new Lego One Piece set for Oda, and we are going to react to his reaction to seeing these sets for the first time.
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
We're going to have to pause periodically to not get copyright, okay? Just letting everybody know.
Surprise gift for you.
Oh, there's no music.
We have the Windmill Village Hut.
Look at those sets.
Oh, nice.
Luffy's got the gum fruit there.
Oh, those are the anime wanted posters.
The what? Yeah, the anime wanted posters, yeah.
That's where young Luffy has the gum fruit, and the first time he meets Shanks.
Kawaii. He said it's so cute.
Aww.
We also have Buggy the Clown circus tent, the first time they meet a very powerful villain, Buggy.
Look at how tiny he looks there.
Aww.
To be
the Clown's
fair,
actor is amazing.
They would make bank if they made a Lego One Piece video game.
I mean, there is already some One Piece video games, but a Lego One Piece video game? You have
Because think about it, because Buggy separating himself into parts as a Lego piece makes a lot of sense.
I know.
いや楽しいですね。本当に僕レゴ大好きで昔から老後のためにいっぱい買い込んであるんですよ。箱。
He said he bought a bunch for his retirement and they're still in their boxes.
If he ever retires.
No mama.
And then we have the battle at Arlong Park. This actually has hidden play features when you turn.
What is it? Well, let's see. We'll see in a minute what that is. But these are cool sets.
Uh-huh.
this
and
and press
intricate.
down, you'll actually break it into small pieces. Press down.
Disclaimer: Oda Sensei unleashed our breaker tower feature to bring Arlong Punk crashing down.
But then you have to build it all over again.
No,
this
it's
is part
made
of the fun.
it's made to break into pieces.
そんなレゴあんの
They make
Next
that
is
kind of
my
Lego
personal
set?
favorite, the Going Merry pirate ship.
Look at that. You're not getting picked up.
It's the Going Merry Lego form. Can I have it?
You're getting picked up every other word now.
It's the Going Merry in Lego form. Can I please have it? Someone please send this to our PO box.
Yeah, so good luck with that.
And there's the Baratier.
手配書も
It's designed in a way that although it's compact, you have a lot of secret compartments.
Cool.
Cool. I want one. I want it. I want
You
it.
can
I want
take
it.
this
I want
off.
it. I want it.
And then you can take off the top.
It's made to take apart. Cool.
ああ成功っす
This is Sanji's kitchen.
うん
This is the storage room. And there's even a hidden room in front by the cabins.
すごい作り込みがすごい
You know, I'm gonna say this regardless of how you feel about the show. Seeing a creator, seeing his actions, his stuff
creation
coming to
in
life in
Lego.
Lego form must be such an amazing feeling.
I know. Oh man. He must be so happy.
ちゃんとしてる
I saved the best for last.
ああバラティエすごっ
Wow, look at that.
Damn. Amazing.
Wow.
I want these. I want these.
So,
I love One
in the
Piece. I want
front,
these.
you can actually imitate the fighting between Zoro and Mihawk. And
That's so cool.
here, you can actually see inside the restaurant at full bar.
すごいじゃないですかこれ特別なの今回だけなのこれ
They
This
made a
head is
Lego
made-
head. A Lego head for Zoro.
Specifically for One Piece. That is so cool.
Zoro's three sword style.
They made a head that literally for One Piece.
Specifically for
That is
Zoro's three sword
so
style.
cool.
Now that is dedication. Amazing.
いや完璧に再現してるこれは永遠に遊びますよこれ
It must be so nice to see. It must be so nice to be a creator, as I said, and see your creation coming to life in Lego.
I know. Oh my gosh. And he even said himself that he loves Lego.
We're not roboting
Oh,
again, are
he
we?
must- I hope not, but he must be so elated.
We're apparently getting choppy again.
Ugh.
For what?
I don't know. Everything's fine.
We're both on different internet connections. There literally can be no problem.
Why do our computers hate us?
I don't think it's us.
Maybe it's StreamYards then. I don't know.
Is it better yet, guys? Let us know. The
'Cause
choppiness
if
has
it is-
ended.
Okay, good. Let's continue.
このねバラティエのシーン
Oh, God.
I still want that in my PO box. Please, 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 please.
It's 140
please,
bucks.
Please,
No.
please, please. For my
いい
birthday,
ですよ
please.
うん最高です最高ですもう子供
Gonna be so excited
心
about
が
it. Oh, they made stretchy limbs.
Ah!
Look at those. You gotta say that again, but in the mic.
Huge gasp and oh my god!
くすぐられるというか夢が叶いました
Look at
本
that.
当に部屋に飾っちゃい
They gave him stretchy limbs. That's so cute.
Oda, I want to display it in my room. Do. Please do, Oda-sama.
Wow, that is so cool.
I want them.
That is, I gotta give it credit. Lego does a really good attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. Now, if they did Warhammer Lego sets, they'd make a lot of money.
No, they wouldn't. They'd make them diverse and inclusive.
No, they wouldn't. They would. If they made Warhammer battleships, you have no idea how much money they would make.
just because you guys are getting choppy doesn't mean you're becoming incoherent. It's getting that bad yet when it happens yet. Well, I think that it has to be StreamYards because literally it wouldn't make sense that both of us are getting choppy at the same time because literally we're both, as I said, we're both on different internet connections. So if one of us was getting choppy, it would make sense. But if both of us are getting choppy, it has to literally be it has to be StreamYards or YouTube.
I don't know what else it could be.
We'll continue on. We got a bunch of other topics to cover and stuff. So let's get into our next topic. Oh, we should be doing our hats in between, shouldn't we?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, we'll do it again in a minute. Let's get into our next topic. Do you have any super chats? Nope.
Jose Taco says this StreamYards has been a problem lately.
Well, StreamYards, get your act together. Everybody angrily at StreamYards on Twitter and tell them, demand that they give that they fix this. The asylum must continue to run, and if it doesn't, we'll all break out and we'll throw them into the pits of despair.
In Minecraft.
No, in the asylum.
That too.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on to the next topic here. This is going to be an interesting one.
Yep. Let's begin. Yep.
Gina Carano and Disney have settled the score.
But the spin on this win is hard to ignore.
A win for Gina, that much is true.
But the mouse walks free, and the fans don't get their due.
Yeah, so we have finally gotten the outcome of the Gina Carano lawsuit, and Gina has won, and by won means settled. And I will read the statement from Lucasfilm that was released, and then you can read the statement from Gina, and then we can give our take on it. Sound good?
Yes.
So it was announced, and this was the following statement issued by Disney. The Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm are pleased to announce that we have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. With this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the future. And when that came out, people had mixed reactions. And then Gina came out with a statement herself. Do you want to read Gina's statement, honey?
Yes. I have come to an agreement with Disney/Lucasfilm, which I believe is the best outcome for all parties involved. I hope this brings some healing to the Force. I want to extend my deepest, most heartfelt gratitude to Elon Musk, a man I've never met, who did this good Samaritan deed for me in funding my lawsuit. Thank you, Mr. Musk and Twitter for backing my case and asking for nothing in return. To my lawyers who walked me through this unknown territory, thank you for your wisdom and guidance. I am humbled and grateful to God for his love and grace in this outcome. I'd like to thank all of you for your unrelenting support throughout my life and career. You've been the heartbeat that has kept my story alive. I hope to make you proud. I am excited to flip the page and move on to the next chapter. My desires remain in the arts, which is where I hope you will join me. Yes, I am smiling. From my heart to yours, Gina.
So, let's give our take on this. So, I understand that this is a win for Gina, and I'm happy for her. However, and I'm going to put this more on other people that I will not be naming specifically. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. But there are a bunch of people out there who are spitting this as a huge win and whatever, but they are also some of the same people that are been saying for ages, that Gina's going to fight them all the way, that with the backing of Elon Musk, that it's going to continue all the way, and they're going to go into Discovery, and everything's going to come out. And these people were pushing this. And then when this came out, they were like, lol, they were never going to get into Discovery. It was never going to happen. They were always going to settle.
For some reason, yeah.
And I think people like that. And again, I'm not pointing fingers or saying anybody in particular because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to say I think that's messed up. You can't push it one way and then change your mind.
No, it doesn't look good when you do that.
And I will say that Gina did echo some of those statements. Now, I think the problem with this for me is this is all we've gotten. And here's what I think. I think Disney got off easy. Now, if we find out that Gina's cast in a new show, let's say Rangers of the New Republic comes out, okay, that's Disney admitting a fail. Now, here's the problem. Disney didn't do far enough. I wanted to see someone from Disney on video apologizing to Gina. That's what I wanted. This statement is okay, and it clearly means they had to bend the knee, but it wasn't enough. I wanted more of a win personally. Now, I know that lawsuits can be a long, arduous process, and Gina probably just wanted to get it over with, and she probably accepted a large sum of money. That was what she wanted and whatever, and that's great. I'm really happy for her. I really am. And I wish her no ill will at all. But it feels like this was an opportunity where we could have gotten more, and we didn't. That's not Gina's fault. But I do think the people in her corner who were pushing it as this going to be this huge juggernaut victory that was going to push Disney out and do all this kind of stuff that are now, again, if they said, hey, this is not happening, now it seems like, and we're sorry we said that before, but, we're happy for Gina, that'd be fine. But there are people coming out being like, oh, this was always going to be the case. And it's like, well, you guys made a video 2 weeks ago about how this was going to go all the way to Discovery and everything. And now you're pretending that was never a possibility.
Yeah, and how Gina was going to fight all the way. She was never going to settle.
Yes.
Things
so
like that.
I'm not mad at Gina at all. I think it must have been an absolute nightmare for her. And I'm happy that she got what she needed to move on from it. And if it makes her happy, that's great. However, the people who are pushing this as some huge juggernaut win or whatever, they should not be pretending it was always going to be this way, because if you pushed it one way, you can't just pretend that it's not that it was never going to be that way. Acknowledge the mistake and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we thought it was this way. It's not, but I'm happy for Gina. That's all you'd have to do. But there are people out there pretending that this was never going to be this thing that they were all hyping it up to be.
Yeah, it makes them look and sound a lot like people on the other side, doesn't it?
It does. And again, we're not putting out fingers here. And again, I am very happy for Gina. And this did make Disney look bad. I think what I would like to see from this is I'd like to see Gina getting work there again or being offered something. I'd like to see a little bit more out of this. And we may never get that. And if that is the case, I will still be satisfied. However, I can't say I'm not a little disappointed because I wanted a little more.
Yeah. And even Gina herself, right before the settlement got announced, made a post saying the truth will set you free. That made everyone believe that it was in fact going into Discovery. And then the next day she settled.
That's the same day, actually. And to be fair,
and it was very good. Yeah, true. It was, but I won't lie, it was very confusing.
Yes, and I will say this is the worst part of this of all. As much as I wish this was going to be better for her, it's not, because people who hate her are going to still look at her that way. And this is not going to be different. Let's say Disney does hire her for something else. Let's say no one's going to look at her differently just because Disney decided to bend the knee. Everybody's going to look at her one way, because when the internet decides, the court of public opinion decides something. And when I say public opinion, I'm using the term loosely. I'm talking about weirdos on Twitter who have no lives and spend all day long screaming and crying and shouting about things that they're angry about. But this is, put it this way, I am happy for her. I hope it works out for her. But I think that there will be a lot of people in the industry who will not change their opinion of her. But if it makes her feel better and she can move forward with her professional life, then that is great for her. But again, I think that the people who pushed this as some other juggernaut that it was going to never be, that are pretending that it was never going to be that, you need to acknowledge the fact that you were pushing it a different way. And that's okay. We all thought it was going to turn out different. And if it didn't, that's okay. But don't pretend that it was going to not ever be this way when you were pushing it that way just a couple weeks ago. It makes us look stupid and hypocritical.
May I talk?
Go.
One of the other things is that one of the things that's sad about this is she had the backing of the richest man in the world. And it could have gone into Discovery with his financial backing. And honestly, in my opinion, it should have gone into Discovery with his financial backing, because there's never going to be another opportunity like this again for anyone, for someone with the money to go against Disney in a lawsuit against Disney. We're never going to get that again, which means we're never going to see Disney get comeuppance ever again. It's honestly a lost opportunity for Disney to actually get what they're due.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, we don't know how Gina was coming into it. And we also don't know. It's possible Elon Musk was like, hey, we need to stop. I don't know. We don't know. The thing I think that's the worst part about this is not that it went this way or didn't go another way. It's the fact that most of the stuff is sealed and we won't know the details. If we knew the details, I'm sure a lot of people would change their tune. But I think I'll take away from this is I'm happy for Gina. It's a win for Gina. It will, at the very least, make Disney think twice before pulling something like this again, which it will.
Yep.
But it kind of almost, to me, I think the thing that's the most a shame about this is it almost let Disney off the hook. Now, it didn't, but it feels like that to some degree. And you can't, again, I'm not coming out of this angry. If anything, I'm a little disappointed that it didn't go further. And, you know, that's kind of what I have to say about it. I wish it went further. I'm happy for Gina. And, you know, I'm glad that she doesn't have to deal with any of this kind of stuff. As I said, I'm sure it was a nightmare for her and she gets to move on with her life. And if that's what she needed to do, that's great. But don't pretend that it wasn't being pushed like something else, which it was. It was. And we can acknowledge that and say, yeah, I'm disappointed that it didn't turn out differently, but that's it.
Yeah. Because everybody and their dog was pushing it as something that was going to go into Discovery. And I will admit, we were one of them. So, it's unfortunate for everyone else. It is unfortunate that we're not going to get to know what happened behind the scenes, which we would have if Discovery had happened. But Gina,
well, to be fair, we don't know that.
True, but it seems that Gina has gotten what she wanted, so good for her.
Yeah, again, I guarantee this was a terrible thing for her, and I'm glad it's behind her. But I just can say that it's like it is something that we're going to have to obviously look at and kind of go, okay, you know, it didn't turn out maybe the way that we wanted it to, but it is what it is. And if Gina's happy, then we should be happy. But again, I can be a little disappointed, you know, that, hey, it didn't become something else. Again, I'm also happy for Gina. I don't think she's a sellout. I don't think anything. I just wish it had turned out slightly differently, which is a fair thing to say. But
yes.
if it's what she needed, then she got it. So
yes, I'm glad for her. I just wish we could have gotten Discovery. That's all.
Me too. Seeing a lot of people disagreeing with us in the comments.
Of course they are. Because how dare you have opinions on the internet? I kid.
But yeah, I think that people are missing the point of what we were saying was that the thing that I'm not upset that I'm less upset that it didn't go to Discovery, and I'm more upset that people were everybody and their dog was pushing for it to go to Discovery. And then as soon as it didn't, they were like, well, it was never going to go to Discovery. And it's like, no. You were saying it was going to. It's okay if it doesn't, but don't pretend that you weren't pushing it a different way. That's not fair, you know?
Yeah, that was the point we were trying to make.
Yeah, is that, and again, I'm glad for her. I really am. I'm glad. I'm sure it was a nightmare for her to deal with. I'm sure. But
lawsuits
don't
usually
pretend that it wasn't being pushed as like, this is going to stick it to Disney. Everybody was pushing it that way. And it's okay. It didn't turn out that way. And some people will be disappointed, which we're allowed to be. especially given the way it was being pushed, you know?
Yeah. Which is the point we're trying to make here.
Yep. Again, happy for Gina. Glad it did make Disney have to take a knee, but it didn't. It was being pushed as this huge juggernaut, and we could be disappointed that darn it didn't end up being that. You know, that was it.
That's all.
But don't the people out there going, "Lol, it was never going to go there." It's like, but you guys
were
said
just
it
saying
would.
last week that it was going to.
You
Why
got to
are you suddenly
acknowledge
changing
that.
your mind? Yeah.
Okay, so we were going to do some game therapy, but I think it's actually delayed news, old news. And I think that given the time, I think we should just move on to our last topic before the diagnosis.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think we're at tier 3. I know this stream has been messy again, which I hate.
I thought we fixed it.
We did. I don't know if what's going on. I think it's more StreamYards, but I think we're close. Let's put on our hats again.
Yes.
But yeah, let's go into the. We're gonna go into we're not at tier 3 where we can get there still. It's 3 get there still, but we're gonna move on to our next topic and kind of go from there. I will say that just a reminder for people. First off, there are 96 of you here, so just a quick reminder before we get into our last topic that you guys should not upset the Master of Ceremonies.
What do you think of this? You like it?
Obey the
stream.
Master of Ceremonies. Obey the Master of Ceremonies. Or he will haunt your nightmares.
Yeah, but also just a reminder that we are getting half-body rigged VTuber models in like the next couple weeks. So this is the last opportunity to see the hats. And the tiers will still be around, but the hats will probably be something that we have to put away for a while. I don't know how we're going to do them. So we'll see about that. But let's move on to our last topic. This topic should be fun because you can switch back to your regular hat. This topic should be fun because we're going into a topic that is going to be just cuckoo.
Yeah, I wrote a review about it.
Yep. Let's get into our third topic right now. War of the Worlds has lost all its soul.
An on-screen collapse with a marketing role.
Ice Cube just sits while drama degrades.
And Wells rolls in his grave as his legacy fades.
Yes.
Poor Wells. Poor H.G. Wells.
So we watched Ice Cube's War of the Worlds revival that you guys didn't, and
So
you're welcome.
you don't have to. Oh God, it was terrible.
I would like
an understatement for it, to be honest.
I would like to actually read my review of this on Critic List because I don't think I could say anything better. This movie was a disaster, but I want to read my review. If you guys don't know, I'm actually on Critic List. You can find me there. I reviewed a couple movies. I've reviewed actually 24, but I reviewed this movie, and it's a special thing. It's a really special movie. It's not even a meme movie because a meme would have to be funny. This movie is not a meme. This movie is not funny. It is awful. The entire movie takes place in front of a computer screen. He literally never moves.
Barely. Not until the end of the third act, and even then he's hardly moving.
You didn't realize that he didn't move then either.
You mean not when he's not even in
We were still viewing it through a screen, and there was green screen.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't move at all. This was filmed during the COOF, so keep in mind. But I would like to read... Can I read my review on Critic List?
Please do, because my review is 800 words long, and that would take up the entire video.
Let me clarify my take on this. I gave this a 5% heinous. Heinous. Let me explain. This film was an abomination. It was torture in film form. Ice Cube sits in front of a computer for the entire movie and doesn't do anything. That's the entire concept. The movie is called War of the Worlds Revival, and yet it fails to revive anything at all. If anything, it actively puts its audience to sleep. Then again, I couldn't even fall asleep because it was somehow too boring to even sleep through. The film is an abhorrent abomination against H.G. Wells. The fact that it even shares a name with him is a crime in of itself. It is probably one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my entire life. I genuinely cannot believe anyone greenlit this. If I were Amazon and someone handed this to me, I would have assumed it was a prank, laughed, and thrown it in the trash without a second thought. It's an abomination. It's an abomination against nature. It's an abomination against cinema. The fact that it exists is insulting to the human race as a whole because it manages to lower the intelligence of the species just by being real. It should be expunged from the internet entirely with prejudice and finality to the point where no one can ever find it again. Any physical copies should be sliced into pieces and scattered to the four corners of the world like cursed relics that should never have been created in the first place. My verdict, a total failure on every level. This film should not be watched, discussed, preserved, or remembered. It should be erased.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I put violence, that there might be some violence in here because it was too shaky to tell, like terrible. And then want to know what to give it as far as entertainment value? Banging your head against the wall for 90 minutes is both more fulfilling and more entertaining.
An accurate assessment. Literally the only accurate thing in this quote unquote film to the original novel by H.G. Wells is the tripods. And even those they did wrong. They turned them into Technovore.
It was honestly, I'm really look, I've seen a lot of movies and I've seen some bad movies, some stinkers. I'll say, to be fair, this movie is better than the Crow remake.
Debatable, but is it better than Where the Wild?
I'll tell you why.
No, wait. On your scale of bad movies, is it better than Where the Wild Things Are?
No, because Where the Wild Things Are for me is going to always be the worst adaptation of something because you somehow took a children's book and made it into a nightmare. But I'm actually going to push back on you saying that it's debatable about The Crow because The Crow did not have timestamps and did not stay at least in somewhat organized way. So you had no idea what was going on and you had no idea of how much time passed between each thing.
Fair point, fair point.
That, at least, it was still a mess. There were like long periods of time where literally it was showing text on a screen and he was texting people back and forth and no one was talking. It was just him sitting there or whatever. The whole movie, he's sitting there, things are going on, screen going, damn, oh God. And at one point, literally, he convinces the governments of the world to all band together to fight back. And then he watches footage of them destroying things and goes, hey, got him.
Yep, that actually happened.
I got him. And I'm like, what? What is going on?
It's not even so bad. It's funny. It's just bad. Each of us, I had to bring out the wine not 10 minutes into this movie. And we still did not have enough wine. That's how bad it was.
As I said, I'm not the kind of person to give scathing reviews to certain things unless I would say the Crow reboot is probably one of the worst non-movies because it literally is a non-movie. It's not even a movie. This is a movie. It's just a terrible one.
Fair.
Like, honestly, I would literally...
Yes?
I can't even recommend anybody watch this as a joke. It's not even funny.
There's literally nothing good about it.
You could probably take clips from it to use for memes, and that's probably the only worthwhile stuff in this.
Yeah. Otherwise, just save your brain cells and don't bother, unless you have a good, strong bottle of vodka.
Honestly, at one point during it when I was watching, and keep in mind, the CGI was literally like someone did it in Blender. Like, it was so bad.
It looked like bad video game footage, like really bad.
And at one point I paused it when one of the walkers was like doing this crazy thing, and I started saying physically fit, playing it back and forth. And
because it started spasming out when they inserted the computer, when they got the computer virus into it, and literally
that. By the way, that's the thing, and they are sending out robots to eat data, and how he defeats it is literally one of his daughter's boyfriend has to literally use an Amazon drone to deliver him a USB stick, and he literally has to go on Amazon Prime and order it while he is there. This is literally being released by Amazon. Product placement much? Like, that's how he wins.
Oh
That's how they win. That's how they win. He literally has to order a USB stick from Amazon and have it flown to him via drone. And that is how he defeats the alien invaders.
Yep. You're welcome. How stupid is that?
I literally have no words. This was so unbelievably bad. I cannot believe we watched it. And I'm going to say this. It was fun to write a review, and it was fun to crucify it on Twitter. But other than that, the entertainment value of this movie is non-existent. It's not.
Yeah. Even drunk, we were not entertained.
Like, don't watch this. The fact that this exists at all and wasn't immediately canned is sad. There must have been some contractual obligation. Keep in mind, this was filmed during COVID, and it sat on a shelf for 5 years. There's a reason.
Yeah. Probably because it was originally greenlit by Universal, and they must have realized just how bad it really is.
It's bad.
And then Amazon bought it and decided to release it for some reason.
It's terrible. The movie is awful. There are so many bad acting moments in it too. And it's just, the entire movie is just this terrible, terrible meme. And I have no words. It's just so unbelievably bad.
Yeah. That is literally all we have to say on it.
Put it this way. The movie ends with Ice Cube turning down a job in the government, and instead he's become a hacker with his son, and literally the image is his face on this like 2D like avatar thing is to join the rebellion.
Yes.
It is so bad. Like I have no words.
That is how it is.
There's nothing more that I can say, okay? That I didn't say in my review.
Same. Oh, except that, to quote my title of my review, this is an affront to H.G. Wells. It is so horrible.
This is so bad. This should be expunged from the internet. It's not even worth watching as a joke. And it's not so bad it's good. It's just so bad it's bad. And I honestly would never have watched it if I had known it was this bad. And if anybody dared me to watch, to put it this way, if someone dared me to watch Where the Wild Things Are or this, I'd probably choose Where the Wild Things Are. This is even worse.
Wow. For a master, that is quite the statement.
It does not overtake the scale for worst adaptation, okay? Because that was Where the Wild Things Are. How you take a children's book and make it into a thing about anger management monsters who rip people's arms off, I have no idea.
Oh, and replace those arms with little twigs.
It's okay. Hide in my stomach, little child.
And go into my mouth with very large teeth.
It was creepy. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this.
You're welcome.
Don't watch it. Save your sanity, or what little of it is left.
You'll thank us later.
Now, I wish that the robots in this movie were real. Do you want to know why?
So they could eat the data?
In my brain that remembers just the part that remembers this movie.
Yeah.
We got 2 super chats. We're close to tier 3, but we're probably not going to hit it.
GS Wolfwood for $10. Looks like Ice Cube needed the money. Again. And GS Wolfwood for another 10. Come on, at least Phone Booth dealt with a limited locales and with a limited locale and scenery in a better fashion than this garbage. What's Phone Booth? Is that another movie that we need to put on our never-ending list?
I don't know. Also, for some reason, it only says we got 9 super chats.
That makes no sense. I mean, maybe because I know we have also gotten some sub things.
No, I'd watch Ironheart. Ironheart was at least unironically funny.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'd rather watch Ironheart.
That's sad. Because you hate Ironheart.
Have we met? Have we met our goal for the super chats? I'm sure we have.
I hope so. Would be nice. I like telling our little stories.
Hold on 1 minute. Birdie, stop it.
Offers being cute?
No, he's itching something.
Oh. So he's being a cute little menace.
Yep.
Would I watch Wednesday season 2 instead of this? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no question.
Not even a question. No, without hesitation.
Yeah. Do not watch Ice Cube War of the Worlds. Read the book instead.
We got 9 supers totally. So we only got 9?
Well, we did get a $100 super. And then a $50 super. Ords! Ords is back!
You're getting cut off.
Ords!
Hey, Ords, you were supposed to, contact us, a couple of weeks ago.
I thought it was a month ago.
I have no idea. I can't keep track.
But again, it's Ords.
But yeah, I don't think we're going to hit the tier. We did get pretty far. Let's go back into our hats.
Yes.
Get it. Rosie Kier Hard Jake. Yeah, Rosie, if you're still here, you did it amazing. You're insane.
Yes.
But let's get into, so we didn't get to the goal tonight, which is odd. We'll save it. But let's do the poll. I'm going to have to open a new tab. Hold on. Let's get to the poll.
I like that you add donations are not to be used for plushies.
It's not. Is this a...
Ord says he promises he'll contact you tomorrow. I'm going to press X to doubt until I'm sorry, Ords, until you actually do so. I'm going to press X to doubt.
No offense.
It's just how you are. Don't
All
worry.
right.
We have another
poll.
friend who does the same. Don't worry. We have another friend who does the same thing.
All right. We have a poll. Engage with the like button to clock into the night shift. Is Gina settling with Disney truly a win? And leading with 38% is it's a win for Gina, not fans. Followed by 35% saying yes, this is the way. 20% saying beep bop boop. And 7% saying no, I have spoken. And you know what? I have spoken as well. And the poll's over. I have spoken.
Nicely done.
Oh, good evening to you, Hot Grape Studios.
Hi.
No. All right, let's get into our last topic for the night, our diagnosis of the week. Not offended in the least. Good. Let's get into our diagnosis of the week, and then we'll kind of wrap things up from there. This has been a glitchy stream. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us.
And for bearing with us as we figure out all of our stupid technical difficulties.
It was StreamYard's fault. It was not us this time.
No, this time we actually fixed your audio. StreamYard decided to glitch
Put it
on
this
us.
way. This time, it was both of us roboting versus just one of us. Okay.
You, StreamYards.
Be nice.
No. Wahaha.
It fixed itself.
Did it?
Did it play the clip for you?
It did.
It didn't play for me. It said your browser has failed to play the clip. Okay, this is clearly a StreamYard's issue.
Yeah. Someone tell StreamYards to fix their stuff.
Let's at least get it to 10.
Fluffy Murder Machine. I like that name.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into our last topic, our diagnosis of the week. It's a
Yes.
good one for this week, guys.
Mm-hmm. I like that we still do our diagnosis.
Let's do this.
Yeah. And now it is time for the diagnosis of the week,
where we take events from the week and relate them to a mental illness.
because Hollywood is full of them, and you should be aware.
And we have an interesting diagnosis for this week.
Do tell.
So the diagnosis for this week is mortification of the self.
Please explain.
So, mortification of the self is a sociological and psychological process in which an individual's existing identity is systematically broken down through humiliation, loss of autonomy, or forced conformity, originating from Irving Goffman's studies of total institutions. It describes how people are stripped of their original traits and reshaped into a version that serves the needs of the controlling system. This stripping can be overt through shaming, ritualized degradation, or erasure of status, or subtle using manipulation, reframing, and selective reward to redefine the self in alignment with imposed narratives.
In relation to today's topics, with Wednesday Season 2, Part 1, mortification of the self is exemplified by how the Addams family is reshaped to fit a studio-approved version rather than the original's dark wit and unity. The show is slop-dressed as gothic mystery, with Ortega carrying the weight while the family is molded into something safer and less authentic.
With the Gina Carano settlement, mortification of the self is exemplified by the settlement being dispun as a decisive win when it's not. It benefits Gina personally, but the fight creators framed as a final stand against Disney has been reframed into a neat ending that leaves the corporation untarnished.
And with War of the Worlds, featuring Ice Cube, mortification of the self is exemplified by a film that strips away the essence of H.G. Wells' story and replaces it with shallow spectacle. It is a mockery of War of the Worlds and of cinema itself, hollowed out until only the name remains.
And that's why we think this is a great diagnosis for this week.
Agreed. Very nice find, my dear.
You're welcome. I do a really good job with this.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, I know the Gina part was harsh, a little bit harsher, but the point being, again, it's more about the creators that pushing it as this huge win, and it's not. So technically it is kind of stripped away, and they're all pretending that it was always going to be this way when it was necessarily not going to be that way. So just something to consider. All right, so I think we're good for today. So I think our next stream may be our last stream with these avatars. We'll see.
If anyone is joining us at the end, we are getting motion rigged avatars.
Half body motion with 3 different expressions and blinking and better mouths and whatever. And so the hats are going to be going away. We'll probably have to get them back at some point, but we'll have more VTuber motion. And we might even change our background as well to make it kind of look like we're more in the same room. We're debating that. But yeah, thanks everybody for sticking us out with all the technical issues with StreamYards, which was not us this time.
It is not our fault. We did nothing wrong.
3D debut. It's not 3D. It's going to be 2D. But
it's motion. We're still going to be our 2D selves.
Rosie, you do not have to apologize at all. It's okay. Let's try for next week. And to be fair, the chair stream's not going anywhere, and we can still do the chairs. The chairs will be easy to still do. It just the hats will be a thing. So but yeah, we're gonna have the exact same looking avatars as we have now. They're just gonna be better mouths that will conform to what we actually say. Eyes
and they'll be able to. And we won't bounce. We'll be able to actually move.
Yep, and we'll also have different expressions: shocked, laughter, and anger. So,
woohoo!
Yeah, lots of stuff coming, and hopefully at some point we'll improve our connection a little bit more even. But it seems like we at least fixed the robot audio, provided that StreamYard hasn't been giving us issues. But yeah, that's all for this time. We're going to end off as usual. Stay till the end if you want a special message from our Master of Ceremonies. And yeah, thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for dealing with all the issues, and for being here and being a part of the asylum, whether you like it or not.
Especially whether you like it or not.
They're snuggle jackets, not straight jackets.
And quite comfy too once you get used to them. So do the padded walls. They make great pillows after all.
I'm taking you out.
What?
And if you fall in the pit of despair, it's fine. It needs to be fed anyways. All right.
Happy nightmares.
TikTok, the stream ends with midnight chimes. Pixelated therapy, cross digital lines. Hit subscribe for the void to make sense. Comment your woes, a form of recompense. Like the shadows merge in the twilight's haze, our channel's a refuge, a weird therapy maze. Campaign shrink, we got you fam. Laughs and guidance in this goth jam. Like the video break, the algorithm cell, share with your crew. Escape life's hell, from spooky memes to advice obscure. Here's your dark solace of humor as a cure. Own the night with our ghastly delight. Vendor of laughs in the negative light. Darker than your overcooked roast. Sub to the channel that you love the most. Bell tolls, it's the end time fair. But your issues, leave them right there. Strings of crypt, bury your dread. Return tomorrow for the undead.
I think it was Dostoevsky who said, "Later,